Hi, this is Chris from GrowQuest, and I'm following up on my Kiwi initiative that I started this last late spring and early summer. It's late November. I'm up in the Central Valley near Porterville. This region produces a lot of Kiwi, and it hasn't been a particularly cold November. There's been a few nights just around maybe 34 degrees. And both the navel oranges and the Kiwi are quite happy with that. What I want to get across to people in this is the size of a healthy and maturing Kiwi plant. Yes, we have some very good fruit right here, and that's obviously the goal. Part of producing Kiwi is to get them up off the ground, or keep them up off the ground, and make almost a nice canopy out of it. Now you can see, here's my hand. This is a female Kiwi plant. So when you go to the nursery and they tell you just to put it on a trellis near the house or out in the garden, well, they just don't have a clue what they're talking about. Here's the tee off. What the growers do is they just simply make a tee, have left, right, and then growth coming out off it each year. And again, here's my hand. Here's the entirety of the trunk. Okay, Kiwi is a big growing plant. It will reward you very well. And if you refrigerate the fruit, you can keep the fruit refrigerated for months if you do it properly. And here's the smaller fruit the pickers left. The pickers come out here. They have standards by which they have to maintain. These fruit were probably judged too small. These would be getting sold at the farmer's market. This is irregular because two blossoms in one. So, and they're picking only the largest premium fruit for the supermarkets. There might be a couple strays that got left behind. Actually, maybe this person didn't have their eye on the ball. They left this little cluster here, so maybe they'll take that back to the house and ripen it up and eat it. But for the most part, this has been all picked through by commercial harvesting crew. So that's a female Kiwi. Now I would say that the branching is more or less about 20 feet square. You could probably keep it to about 12 feet square or around. But needless to say, Kiwi is a matured, or grows to a very mature size. And that's just the female. Further down here, I'm just going to walk on the outside of this grove so get a good perspective. The male Kiwis is the real problem. Again, these are great plants. They give you a lot of fruit. Well, let's keep in perspective the area that's needed. That behemoth in the background is a male Kiwi, and needed on a ratio typically stated at about 1 male for 8 females. I think they've got it stretched out a little bit more than that here. I'm not going to count, but I think looking at the plant count, they're definitely at about 1 male for 30 or so females. Obviously they know what they're doing because they've got this thing looking really sharp. And you can see the size of the foliage. I can get in here and look inside. Branches. And you don't cut these back every year the way you cut grapes back. I'll have to update the website with some more information, but I believe that the new fruit only develops on this year's branching. So this branch here would have next season's fruit on it. There might be a few variables like that in between, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works with Kiwi. I only know that because when I was in the cut flower business, we used to want to buy kiwi branches, and the growers get all bent out of shape about selling the branches because then they wouldn't have any budwood for the fruit. So that is a full-size kiwi plant. A couple little babies hanging off the side there. In short, plants need a lot of space. They tolerate a great deal of cold, especially even with the fruit, as long as it doesn't get below freezing. And they make excellent shade areas in the summer and the early fall if you train the canopies right. And you need to have strong supports. You can see these guys are using 8-inch posts and heavy steel wire to keep the plants true to size. And I'll liberate a few of these unpicked fruit and I'll ripen them up so you can get a good perspective of what it looks like off a commercial plant right out of the ranch. If you have any questions, email me. I'm going to be putting up a few new varieties. There are a few varieties of kiwis. I found one that's self-pollinating. I don't know anything about it in terms of fruit quality or production. But the standard kiwis you see here, they produce monster loads, and it can be refrigerated, as I said. Thank you.